The Dukes reign supreme in Brooklyn as James Madison upsets Wisconsin 72-61. The Dukes badgered the Badgers, scoring 27 points off of 19 Wisconsin turnovers. James Madison reaches the round of 32 for the first time since 1983. So it's the Dukes against Duke on Sunday for a spot in the Sweet 16. And this is a theme as you look at the upsets in the round of 64. 8 wins by double-digit seeds. NC State, Oregon, Duquesne, Oakland, Colorado, KJ Simpson, what a shot. Grand Canyon over St. Mary's, Yale over Auburn, and James Madison knocking off the 5-seed Wisconsin. We had no 12s beat 5s last year. We've got 2 of them this year, one of them being James Madison. How about what the Dukes did against the Wisconsin Badgers? They got a ton of points off of turnovers, 27 off of 19 turnovers. What'd you see from James Madison?
Well, it was a popular pick. I mean, a lot of people had James Madison as a team that was ranked inside the top 25. And if you watch Wisconsin this year, whoa, ride the roller coaster in the top 10, struggled, played really well in the Big Ten tournament, got to a championship game, came up a bit short, but I felt like they were peaking. I felt wrong. James Madison, this was utter domination, a great defensive effort. Wisconsin was throwing the ball all over the place, never really found an offensive rhythm, and that was because James Madison's defense was second to none. Badgers go home early, but that's not the only story. How about another Big Ten story? Purdue, they won! Finally! They got over the hump. Well, small little hump, and there were some anxious moments there in the first half, but knocking off Grambling.
Yeah, they win by 28. I mean, how about Zach Edey going for 30 and 20?
And missed 6 free throws, and he had a dunk block. I mean, he could have been 40 and 20 easily. A magnificent performance. This is a different Purdue team because of Lance Jones. And now they're going to go up against a really intriguing Utah State team that has a big of their own in the Big Fish. But first things first, had to take care of business. They got a great path, Purdue does, because they are playing in their backyard of Indianapolis. Edey was fantastic, but it's going to come down to the others. If Purdue's going to get over the hump, you know what Edey's going to give you. He's been wildly consistent, back-to-back National Player of the Year. But can it be the others who can play alongside of him, make shots, make plays? If I was playing Purdue, I'd let Edey eat and stop everybody else.
So the Big Fish against the big Boilermaker, who's about to win a second straight National Player of the Year. And there's something that you always do, a little sprinkle. You got Danny Sprinkle, Utah State, first year at the school. He led him to the Mountain West regular season championship, didn't return a point, plus 425 on the Aggies.
Yeah, I think the Aggies have a legit shot in this game. They shoot it well. This is a team that came together, 13 new players, and Purdue's going to have their hands full. But last but not least, Yale, baby, the Ivy League. They were down 6 with less than a minute left to Brown in the Ivy League championship game. It was over. There's no way Brown's going to go to the tournament. They hadn't been in the tournament forever. Yale comes back and wins, and then what a game from Yale. They go out there, they make shots. Polikitis, my neighbor in Naperville, banging down 3, step back, the lefty. He was making tough shots. Yale has knocked off Baylor before a few years ago. They won a first-round game. But this was up against an Auburn team that was 10 deep, that was physical, that dominated the SEC conference tournament. Smacked around everybody. And Yale comes out there and pulls off the upset, just really capitalizing on experience, continuity, very similar to Princeton last year, went to a Sweet 16. Yale is moving on.
Yeah, it's incredible. We might have in the next round UConn against the team they played in the national championship, or perhaps UConn against Yale, an all-Connecticut matchup. But I know you're going to be rooting for your Northwestern Wildcats to beat UConn and pull off a massive upset.
Great win today.
Yeah.
Figured out a way, but I think UConn's going to be a very tall task. And a lot of people have UConn winning it. They're obviously playing in Brooklyn. It's going to be a great atmosphere, but Northwestern, undefeated all-time, Akeem, in first-round games, 3-0.
What an overtime that Northwestern had. They outscored FAU 19-7 in the overtime session. Shouts to Ryan Langford, had 12 of his career-high 27 in overtime for Northwestern. And you want more college basketball coverage? Check out the Eye on College Basketball podcast with Matt Norlander, Gary Parrish. There are more of us than there are of them. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can watch on YouTube, listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. the Iron College Basketball Podcast. Download and follow today. Second round tips off on Saturday. Here's a look at the schedule. Dayton and Arizona get the festivities started 12:45 Eastern time on CBS, followed by Gonzaga and Kansas. Then two blue bloods going at it when North Carolina takes on Michigan State. And then it's the Cougars and Cyclones clashing for a spot in the Sweet 16. Then a pair of double-digit seeds playing against each other. Oakland coming off a massive upset of Kentucky, taking on NC State. Wolfpack have won 6 straight games to get here. Rick Barnes facing his former school as he looks to lead the Vols past the Longhorns. And Duquesne coming off its first tournament win in 55 years, taking on Illinois. And the late game features another 11 seed, former Creighton coach Dana Altman facing his old school, leading the Ducks against the Blue Jays. I love this schedule. Back here with CBS Sports basketball analyst Tim Doyle. The top matchup to watch for on Saturday is what?
Yeah, it's easy. It's Michigan State, North Carolina, right? I mean, time of year, this time of year. It's just rinse and repeat. What a remarkable win they had over Mississippi State. Utter dominance. This is a Michigan State team that, honestly, I just thought they were pretty average. But you get Tom in this time of year, it's like they flip a switch. I think North Carolina can win it all. Obviously, they got this game in their backyard in Charlotte. They have R.J. Davis. They have Armando Bacot, Cormac Ryan. They have experience. They have shooting. They beat Duke twice. This is a team that I could see cutting down the nets. Cannot visualize Michigan State doing the same. But why is this game 3.5? It's just the spread is so unusual. I think North Carolina is 6 to 7 points better. I have them in my Final Four, so I'm going to be rolling with them in this game. But two blue bloods. Tom Izzo doing it again. When so many coaches of his age, Akeem, are saying bye-bye to the game of college basketball, he's out there still winning games in March.
You know what North Carolina's record against Michigan State is in the Big Dance? 5-0.
Yeah.
Tar Heels are 5-0 against the Spartans in the NCAA Tournament, looking to make it 6-0. And you're right, I perked up when you said 3.5. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was going to be 6.5, 7.5. All right, let's take a look at the most likely upset on Saturday. What are you targeting?
I think it's Oakland. And I know now
NC State.
Yes,
a little double-digit seeds matchup there.
You know, I picked NC State to win their first-round matchup, and they were pretty dominant in that game over Texas Tech. You know, new coach Grant McCasland comes to Texas Tech. Team can defend. They had some bright spots, had some wins, but NC State's got a handful down low in DJ Burns, and now Ben Middlebrooks is playing at a high level. Their strength is on the inside. You know what the strength for Oakland is? Let it fly, baby, from deep. And Jack Golke, what a star.
Yep.
10 threes. Hakeem, this guy has only shot 8 two-pointers the whole year. That's all he's attempted. And I went back and watched the 10 threes that he made against Kentucky. 8 of them, Kentucky legit had a hand in his face during his made 10 threes. Do you know how many dribbles he took? He took 3 dribbles. 3 dribbles during his made threes. That is like nuts to think about. He has captured the nation. He's an older guy. He's been around the block, and he was feeling it. I think that this might be the first time NC State has played a game over this stretch, Akeem, where they go into the game as favorite. Think about this run they've been on.
6 straight wins.
So what happens is your mindset changes. Like, that is what I fear. What did I fear about New Mexico? That they left it all in Vegas because they went there and they needed to win games. And it was emotional. The state got behind it, and they got into the tournament, and they laid a huge egg against Clemson. I am worried, not worried about what NC State has done from a talent perspective. I'm worried where they at up here, where they're like, oh, wow, we don't have to play Kentucky. We have Oakland. Like, your mindset changes, and that is my big fear with them. And I think Oakland, Greg Kampe has said it time and time again, you get us in a close game, we're going to be pretty difficult. And I went back and watched some of the games. They took Illinois down to the wire at Illinois. They've played some other Big Ten teams really close this year. I think Oakland is alive and kicking. That was not a fluke game. They're a good team.
Give me NC State in that game. I'm going to go opposite of you because a pack of wolves, the Wolf Pack, would destroy a Golden Grizzly. One Golden Grizzly in nature, a Wolf Pack would rally around and just attack from multiple positions, and it'd be
What are you? Are you Alan from The Hangover?
I'm saying.
Used to be a lone wolf.
I'm just saying, look,
pack.
my 6-year-old son has a better bracket than me. So if he's picking based on mascots, why can't I'm going to take the Wolfpack over the Golden Grizzlies?
I think it hurts your credibility.
You pick Kentucky, who lost to Oakland.
Yeah, but
at least I still have a dog in the fight. I got UConn winning the whole thing. At least I still have a dog in the fight.
So, what dog are you going to be picking now?
Huskies. UConn. Let's go to the full screen. Madness is here. Look, you love, like me and Tim, it's madness. That's what we do here. Don't miss a moment of the action on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. Download the March Madness Live app to watch every game, anywhere, anytime, live.